All right, it's getting more interesting. The controversy involving the Washington Commanders and whether or not there was ticket revenue withheld from the visiting team's fund. There's Daniel Snyder, the guy who's not in day-to-day operation control of the Commanders, showing up first to tell everybody what the new name was back on February 2nd. So yesterday, we made a very simple point. If someone is speaking to the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Reform and saying, or alleging to be accurate, alleging that there was some sort of a scheme where ticket money wasn't properly shared with the NFL's visiting team fund, that's something that you would think the Washington Commanders would specifically and loudly deny. As of yesterday morning when we were doing the show, they hadn't. The league's comment was no comment. At some point yesterday, after we cajoled them both on this show and in writing at PFT, here's what the Commanders had to say. There's been absolutely no withholding of ticket revenue at any time by the Commanders. Those revenues are subject to independent audits by multiple parties. Anyone who offered testimony suggesting a withholding of revenue has committed perjury, plain and simple. Pretty strong response.
Yep.
Pretty strong effort to refute what, as it turns out, and we can now piece this together through implication and reporting, and some of the reporting came from The Athletic. Jason Friedman, a 24-year employee of the Washington Commanders, is the person who apparently testified to the Committee on Oversight and Reform and made the accusations. Now, as The Athletic reports it, he made the accusations. This is per an unnamed source who spoke to Daniel Kaplan of The Athletic. He made the accusations without adding any evidence. A statement that was issued by Friedman's lawyer, Lisa Banks, last night, who represents more than 40 former employees of the team, she pointed out that there is evidence to back up Jason Friedman's claim. And the very strong implication from this statement, I'm not going to read it, but the strong implication is, number one, Friedman is the one who went in there and said these things. Number two, he would say them publicly, but he's subject to some sort of restriction that they would like the team to lift so he can tell his story. So, hey, let's go. Let's hash it out in the court of public opinion. Let this guy tell his story, Washington Commanders. If he's wrong and he tells it publicly, sue him for defamation. Let him walk into the trap if you think he's wrong. It's that simple. Let him, if he wants to speak publicly, let him do it at his own legal peril if he's telling a lie about the Commanders. Or maybe he can back it up. One way or the other, we got to get to the bottom of this. There's no gray area. It happened or it didn't. And you got one guy who's very confident, apparently, that it did.
Yeah.
And you got a team that's very confident that it didn't. Let's go. Let's find out. Let's see the evidence. Let's hear the testimony. Let's see whether or not there's something to this, Chris.
Agreed. I mean, it's just, this gets juicier by the day. It really does. I mean, that was a strong comment by the Commanders, definitely. But, again, to hear some of the details there, somebody come out and say, oh, he does have the evidence, or is the evidence to back that up, man. I don't know where this goes. It's unbelievable, Washington, and it's unbelievable where they're at. And it seems like they got enemies at every corner. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like with the Washington Commanders right now. You just get the feel that they've mistreated and not been great to people for so long that it's like the Pied Pipers kindly come home to, karma's here. It's like the payback. I don't know what else to say. But it's dysfunctional to say the least down there. And if this happens or this found to be true, holy cow, see you later, Dan Snyder.
Karma and Pandora side by side in Washington.
They're in there.
But it didn't occur to me until we were talking about it today. If Jason Friedman is willing to tell a story publicly, unless this is some big bluff by attorney Lisa Banks, who knows that there's no way that the team is going to lift its NDA. But if he's willing to tell his story and he knows the reputation and the history of Daniel Snyder of suing anyone, not anyone, but he has proven that he's willing to assert his legal rights when it comes to things that people say that he factually disagrees with, that would be the obvious response. And if I'm Snyder, it's like, yeah, let the guy talk. If he's wrong and he goes out and tells lies about me, if he tells lies about me stealing from my partners, yeah, we'll go after him. Let him talk. So I just say let's get to the truth. I just say let's go. One way or the other, let's get to the truth.
Yes.
We just need to get to the truth. Whether it happens within the confines of the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Reform, whether the league looks into it. How can the league not be looking into this? If you're the NFL and this is and this lands on your radar screen unexpectedly, there's a possibility that a team has now maybe the league doesn't want to look into it because the league was supposed to catch it. We saw the reference to the independent audit.
We were saying yesterday, right?
Maybe the league doesn't want to say,
we're not that good at checking our own books.
What happened was we were supposed to do it, and we just didn't.
I also think the league,
no one's going to do this,
right? Yeah, I mean, that's where I was shocked yesterday, right? I was just like, wait, doesn't the NFL have people that check these type of things, multiple audits? The other thing that's come to my mind too, Mike, just over the last 24 hours, is maybe the NFL doesn't even want to be associated with Washington right now. They're kind of just like, let them deal with this crap, let them deal with the releasing the statement and all of this, and we'll just let it all pile on them and try to kind of protect the shield by kind of staying out of the way here a little bit.
That's a good point. Good point. We're going to back off here because you know what? Right now, it's crumbling. We're just going to let it keep crumbling. We're not going to help. We're not throwing a lifeline. We're not going to make it worse. We're not going to make it better. We're just going to let it happen. Because right now, it feels like that's what's happening.
It does.
It feels like it's crumbling.
Mm-hmm. It does. It feels like it is, and it feels like it's like a no-win situation for the NFL to a degree to jump in and give statements for this franchise all the time. It does to a degree. I think maybe there is some bit of a publicity or media ploy there, and thinking of like, let's not just associate ourselves with the Commanders at every time something comes up right now. So it can be NFL Commanders. Let them deal with it. I can understand that logic.
The obvious exit strategy is Dan Snyder walks away and has no connection, excommunicated from the team. His wife owns it and runs it for now, and his kids get it later, because I was told 2 years ago his objective in dealing with all of these fights and all of these issues and working his way through everything and fending off every attack was he wants to give the team to his kids. Now, if I'm a Washington fan, I don't know that I want that long term, but if that's a way for them to get him out and move forward with minimal pain and suffering for the league at large, that may be something that you hope he offers at some point on his own, or maybe at the right time you offer it to him. That may be the exit strategy. Otherwise, it's just going to be ongoing chaos. And the ongoing chaos is good for us. It's not good for the league. It's not good. And you can say there's no such thing as bad publicity. There's a point where every day something else with the Commanders, every day some other controversy, every day some other allegation that puts the team and the league in a bad light. At a certain point, it's not good for anybody.
Definitely. I think you couple that with Deshaun Watson and the Browns right now, and then the litany of issues with Washington, and still the cheerleaders and the mistreating of people, and of course this now with the withholding of money allegedly and all that. I know it's all allegedly, but there is a point where, it's not good publicity. It's not helping them in any shape, way, or form, the NFL. It's not. It looks horrible right now. And it's to the point where with Washington, I'm getting to the point a little bit like I felt like with like Rodgers and Brady, where I'm a little bit like, oh my gosh, would they just go away? I'm so sick of talking about them every day, about what they might do, what they might not want to do, what they meant by this. Holy cow, Washington's a disaster.
The only person that probably likes this is Jerry Jones, since no one is paying the kind of attention to the things that are going on with the Cowboys lately that they otherwise would be. It's a nice distraction.
You're right.
It's not nearly the intensity that it would be getting if we didn't have all of these other issues.
No, you're exactly right there. That one there has totally just seemed like it's gone off the radar of the national media, and people have just given up. They dealt with that storm, or that firestorm there.
But there's other stuff. I mean, it's based upon reporting last week from ESPN.
Yeah.
It's the ex-husband of Charlotte Jones Anderson, who is, according to the Cowboys,
right,
and they're sending nasty letters to lawyers, making threats and requesting that documents be retained to try to prove that there's some sort of conspiracy to extort money from Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, that Shai Anderson, the ex-husband of Charlotte Jones Anderson, is somehow involved in. And these are all allegations that are outlined in reporting from Don Van Natta. And then you've got the 25-year-old congressional aide who claims that she's the daughter of Jerry Jones, and there's litigation there. And last week, Jones admitted through a spokesperson that money has been paid to this person over the years, but no comment on whether or not Jones is actually her father. I mean, it's a mess on multiple fronts for them. And this is the Cowboys. It's amazing it's not getting more attention, but I think there's only so much we can deal with.
Right.
And this other stuff is allowing the Cowboys thing, which is kind of this vague amorphous. We don't really know what to make of it. It's kind of being pushed off to the side, which is surprising to me because ordinarily you would think anything with the Cowboys and Jerry Jones would be front and center.
Well, I feel like in the Washington area, the local media is pursuing these stories still. I feel like just again, and maybe I'm wrong.
Don Van Natt is the only one with the new reporting.
That's what I'm saying.
Stuff.
In Dallas, they're all in bed with the Cowboys. Oh, Jerry, we're going to training. We're going to Oxnard. We're going to California. We're going to hang out with you. We're going to get access to you every moment we want. We won't tell any of your dirty laundry. I mean, that's what seems like's going on down there, at least from 10,000 feet above here.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.